Hello, hello, all you beautiful beings. Jessie here with Angelic Love Messages. And I received a message and I kept hearing, it's time to record, it's time to record. I'm like, I gotta record this message, don't I? And they're like, yep. So for those of you tuning in, and you also, this is for my intuitives and empaths, and honestly it's for whomever it's meant to be for, really. But I guess I should say that anyone who is intuitive and empathic and tuned in with their higher power, y'all understand that when you get messages, it's like, okay, sometimes we've got a choice, right? We can either follow through and deliver the message, or we can just let it go. But eventually it comes back around and you hear it everywhere you go. So that's what's happening here, and which I'm really thankful for. Don't get me wrong, it's a blessing. I'm grateful. I love them. And for those of you who are new to me and my channel, I do believe in God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, and my holy angels, my angelic team, and divine guides, divine spirit. And at the same time, let's just take a deep breath. And at the same time, I also honor and respect those of you who believe in other higher powers, as long as it's for the greater good of all beings and things. That's what this channel is about supporting love, light, healing, peace, and supporting one another. So without further ado, I was honestly, I was in the shower, y'all. I'm like, do I say it or not? But I was in the shower, and and I kept getting these messages. So here's what kind of popped up. I did take some notes here. So, not to be TMI there, but love is on the horizon. Love on the brain. What was hidden in the dark will be revealed in the light. Take accountability and serve where needed. Apologize and take it up with God or whomever you see as your higher power or higher self. You are loved, revered, and appreciated more than you receive acknowledgement from 3D patrons. Keep going, keep shining for all to see, and the right people will find you in divine right timing. Now, this name came up to me, was shared with me, and that doesn't mean that this message is not for anyone else, but I do have to share this name and this message. So if it resonates with you and this isn't your name, that's okay, great, run with it. And if it doesn't, that's all right too. Any messages, any of these types of readings in these channels that you listen to, it's using your own discernment and following what feels right for you and leaning into God, Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, or whomever you resonate with, the divine higher power, right? So you lean into them for guidance and the answers within. But these are maybe more for maybe confirmation or entertainment purposes, or you're just like, oh, let's see what's going on, and maybe something will stick and maybe something won't. But I don't know why I said that, but anyway. So Josh, you have loved ones looking down on you. In particular, I saw a woman holding a purse with a big smile on her face, like she's patiently waiting her turn. Ooh, I got goosebumps. Please tell him I love him. We're working on it from here, so keep going. This will only make sense for some particular person or persons, okay? And then the rest, I hope it reaches whoever it is meant to hear this, and that makes sense for you, right? Because this is part of my mission and my purpose on this 3D planet is to share messages, whether they're channeled or through cards. And even honestly, we get channeled messages every day, folks, and through songs, through music, through interactions with strangers, through commercials. I mean, everywhere we go, angel numbers. You just never know. Movies or whatever, and cards. I do use divination tools. I do use cards. But again, it's for the greatest and highest good and divine light. So without further ado, and also there's something going on about so cleansing our energy, that is going around big time right now. So that's of the utmost importance because of the spiritual warfare happening. And again, if for anybody, if y'all believe in this, I definitely invite you to keep listening. And if you're like, you don't believe in that type of stuff, that's okay too. Please just keep moving along and find the right channel and groups and collective that resonate for you. All right. But no hate here, just love, light, peace, healing, and comfort and support. That is what part of my mission is here on this planet. All right. So cleanse your energy. Make sure you're listening to the right people at the right time and using your intuition to really discern whether or not what they are saying or what energy. Look at the underlying energy. Okay? Words, tone, intention matters, folks, now more than ever. It's always intentional, but now more than ever, pay attention to intentions and meanings, and also make room for the new stuff coming in. So I was saving a video just now, right before the recording, and I have a lot of storage space left, but 2 different times I received a message saying, clean out your disk. Your storage is full, to make and clean out old files, right? So that is, I feel like that's pertinent to today's message as well, meaning this saying can be so cold and harsh, but it's so true at the same time. Out with the old, in with the new, right? I don't know. Okay. I do, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, folks, it's time to do some reevaluations of things in your life right now, because this was something that actually I knew, but I needed to hear it. So I did hear that's come up a few different times in the last week or two. But so the divine, they want to give to us when we are as we ascend and as we continue to heal grow and evolve. And we take accountability. So accountability is huge. We have to take accountability for our actions and the things that we have said and done in the past, or currently doing. And that doesn't mean hold on to it. It just means take accountability and ownership. Own it. Talk to God. Right? That doesn't mean you have to go track down all the people or things that you've ever said or done that were not that great. That doesn't, no. It means getting right with God. Okay? So take accountability, apologize, and learn from it. As long as you're learning from your mistakes, maybe not mistakes, but experiences, bad choices. Definitely some bad choices. I've made some bad choices in my past that I'm not proud of, but you know what? That doesn't define me, and it doesn't define who you are either. And as long as we're learning from it, we're growing from it, and we truly repent, that, and we learn from it, and we work on being a better human than we were then, and even better than we were yesterday, right? That's all making better choices, healthier choices, happier choices in love, light, and healing the wounds within, loving ourselves, truly loving ourselves, right? Man, I don't want to keep going in, but that it just feels like that's important. So remember, the past does not define who you are. I do understand. Trust me. I lived in guilt, shame, remorse for most of my life. Oh man, anxiety, depression, fear, stress, hurt, sorrow, grief, mourning. Recently, I've realized that I have actually lived my entire life in mourning and sorrow and deep sadness. And all of that is not it's not all because of me. It's not all because of my experiences here in this lifetime. A lot of this emotions, they were from past lives, ancestral, generational. So it wasn't all mine. But I know how it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And we make bad decisions. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna try and put up like I've just made some darn right bad decisions. And I'm so thankful that the good Lord above intervened, and my angels intervened and watched over and helped. So with that being said, it is just highly suggested, and we all have choices, but it is highly recommended to deal with what is being shown to you and revealed to you right now, because we're all getting signs and synchronicities if we're open to receiving. So we all have choices whether to receive or whether to just keep going in the life that we're living right now, which is totally fine too. There's no, it's your choice. It's your life. It's our lives. We all have to do what's best for us at the given time. And we also have to be mindful of what our body, mind, and spirit is ready to work through and process and heal from as well. So give yourself grace, love, work on the things that, work on releasing the things that are coming up and showing up for you. Release them and when I say release them, that means heal it. Find ways to heal those areas, those hurts, those wounds, those patterns or not so great habits. Heal, work on those little bits at a time. Give yourself grace. It's not a race. Healing is not a race. Work on those, release it, process it to release it, so you can make room for love, light, healing, joy, peace, excitement, your next adventure. So adventure came up, were some cards. I didn't pull cards. I shuffled the decks, but and we're gonna get to those here in a minute. I didn't think I was gonna be this wordy. I was like, I'm gonna come on and just do a real quick reading because of the time, right? and but we also have to just roll with the punches, go with the flow. I had roll with the punches. And now I hear rolling with the homies. Clueless. Love the movie. Love it, love it. As if. So, okay. Hey, y'all, I just have to say, so being a content creator, it would really help if you would give me a like. And that's with anybody. It's like it's a energetic exchange, right? And it also helps me understand and know that I'm reaching the right people. And so it's supportive. It's so helpful to be supported if we can help support one another, especially in this spiritual lifestyle, I guess. So if you think of it, I would be ever so grateful, because it really does help. One, it helps the channel. I know you all have heard that on every YouTuber, but it does help the channel. And also it's very supportive for me to know that this is content that resonates for you and that it's reaching you. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the cards. Like I said, I shuffled and 2 cards came out while I was talking earlier and started to shuffle. So just to repeat real quick: pinpoint, process, release, so you can let all the good stuff in. Release the yuckies from the past and allow the good tasty treats come in. That's what I don't know. Maybe I have tasty treats on the brain because I had I got rid of a bunch of candy tonight, so I don't know. Moving on. So I just pulled from the Healing Waters Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell, and the first card that came out was the Rainbow. Sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward. Y'all, come on now. What was just shared with us? So without going to the guidebook, what I'm seeing on this image with the rainbow is beautiful iridescent colors. in the clouds and some angel wings around what appears to me as a feminine feature, and a crown, a divine white crown. So, and this is gender neutral, folks. This is energy that I am reading on and messages that have been given to me from my divine angelic team, divine guides, and divine spirits. So we all have feminine and masculine energies, the yin and the yang, and within us, every single being human on this planet. Okay, so please know that I'm not being any way when I reference it, but sometimes there may be a specific reference to a male or female. But again, this is non-gender specific. Okay. Like I said, take what resonates. It is for who it is meant to be for, right? So sweet relief, new beginnings, a new way forward by releasing what no longer serves us and serves our development and growth and our healing and our self-discovery journey to becoming the next better version of ourselves. 90210. I don't know what is going on. Okay. Beverly Hills could be significant in this instance. Straighten your crown. Straighten your crown. Release what no longer serves so you can get that crown polished up. That's what I'm hearing. Do we need to go to the guidebook? Let's go to the guidebook on this and see what we have. There are countless myths from all corners of the world that feature rainbows. In most cases, the rainbow symbolizes a bridge between heaven and earth and is a sign of good fortune. Perhaps the most widely known story comes from Irish folklore. It says that there's a pot of gold waiting at the end of the rainbow, guarded by a leprechaun. In Norse mythology, Bifrost, the rainbow bridge, connects Earth with Asgard, home of the gods. Ancient Japanese folklore says that rainbows are bridges that the ancestors of humans took to descend to Earth. In the Old Testament book of Genesis, God sets a rainbow in the sky as a comforting symbol to humanity that he will never again destroy the earth with floods. In this oracle, the rainbow is here to comfort and reassure you that the future is full of hope. If you've been going through a challenging time lately, the rainbow is your sign that there are clearer skies ahead of you. Rest deeply in the knowledge that the rainbow brings with it a feeling of sweet relief and a simpler future. There are new beginnings beckoning you forth. There's a clear and vibrant way forward, and the path is steady with opportunities for deep joy, safety, comfort, and peace. Some Healing Waters affirmations. I am ready to welcome the new beginnings that are waiting for me. I love that. I love it. I love that. Yes. Thank you. Okay, and moving on to the next, Mother of Salt Waters. Mother of the Salt Waters. Passion, wild love, open your heart, let love in. I'm telling y'all, love is on the horizon, folks. Loving yourself, loving others, falling in love, being in love, renewal of love. with the 90210 and the Beverly Hills and the ocean waters. Perhaps some of y'all need to go to the beach, maybe a trip to the beach, dip your toes in the water, or just walk by the water. Not everybody likes to be in the ocean, and I understand that, but water is very therapeutic and cleansing as well. It's a good way for spiritual cleansing by or in the water. And let's take a look. Mother of the Salt Waters. I am going to go back to the book on this as well, just to see how it ties in with everything, right? Because I know it does. Protection. The salt water, also salt is not only a spiritual cleansing agent, but it's also protection as well, energetic protection. So I'm not as versed in that type of stuff, so please do, if I've misspoke, please, I'm okay. You can correct me, but also just do your research too on it. Feel free to look that up, right? I'm big on that. Just doing your own research on stuff. One, it helps give you a better understanding of the situation and the information. This card delivers with it a message of love as deep as the ocean and passion as intense as the deepest blue sea. It's an invitation to welcome the feminine qualities within you, whether you're male or female or binary. It's an invitation to welcome the feminine qualities within you and to really let yourself dream. It's an invitation to see the beauty all around you and to let love in. It could indicate that great love is on the horizon or that a new passion is drawing near. The mother of the salt waters could be a sign that new love or new relationships are about to enter your life. This could also be platonic, folks, too. It doesn't have to be romantic. Or if they're already here, perhaps you're being called to open your heart and be even more embracing and loving. If you're facing conflict, how can you soften your heart while remaining true to yourself? How can you embrace the people in your life? How can you trust more and welcome the holding and support? Soul inquiry. How can you let more love into your life? Love for others and love for yourself. Because, folks, if you don't love yourself, you're not going to be able to love others the way that you and them need to be loved. With that is beautiful. So thank you, Lord. Thank you, angels, guides, and spirits. Thank you. Adventure is on the horizon for y'all, folks. It's coming. Let's see. I'm going to pull from the Human Design deck too. Gate 35 came out. Experience. And that's the throat chakra. That has to do with the throat chakra experience. Are there any other messages? Gate 35. Let's look that up here. These cards really are beautiful messages, and it's also confirmation from when we first started with the messages that came through before I started to record, which I'm really grateful for. And it's exciting too. It really is. It never gets old. It's like, oh, to have those cards pop up. I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. They, the energy, they really come through for us. The challenge for Gate 35 experience, and this is human design, folks. So if you're not familiar with human design, I'm not going to go into it right now, but it's like I call it like a personality assessment tool that goes beyond that. It's more than just a personality assessment tool. It is a combination of 5 different modalities of the Kabbalah, I Ching, Eastern and Western astrology, the chakra system, and quantum physics. There we go. And it's just a really neat, it's like a soul map of a like a blueprint, and y'all have heard it probably too. If you type in human design, you're going to hear it's the blueprint. It's your blueprint. It's your, your soul's imprint. And it really, there's a lot of truth in that, and there's a lot of great things to discover, to help with self-discovery. I'm getting a little tongue-tied there. So if you're interested, reach out to me and I'd be happy to talk with you about it, or actually and give you a human design reading, or you can look it up. And because I know a lot of times we like to do our own research, or I do, so I'll put some links in the description box and you can go from there if you're interested in learning more. But I do feel that the energy, because human design works with the energy, our energy, that it very much ties in with the messages here and the oracle cards and the channeled messages that have been given. So, and the throat chakra, that's a big one, because oftentimes we are holding back from speaking our truth, or sharing our stories, or sharing parts of us that need to be shared in order to move past certain things that may be blocking us from progressing in our life's journey. So the challenge with Gate 35 experience is to not let experience lead to feeling jaded or bored, to have the courage to share what you know from your experience, to know which experiences are worth participating in, to not let your natural ability to master anything keep you from being enthusiastic about learning something new, to embrace that even though you know how to know, you don't know everything. The higher expression of Gate 35 is the ability to know which experiences are worthy and worthwhile, to partake in the right experience, and to share your knowledge from the experience for the sake of changing the story of what's possible in the world. When you're in the unbalanced or lower expression of Gate 35, you may experience the feeling of being bored with life, to let the boredom of life cause you to settle for a life that never challenges the status quo, that never pushes you out of your comfort zone. So that's another thing, is get out of your comfort zone. That is what's going to help you get to the next level. If I'm speaking to someone who wants to go to the next level in their life's journey and their healing journey, find ways to lovingly, gently, and safely go out of your comfort zone. Do something that makes you feel a little uncomfortable, as long as you're safe, grounded, and supported, and right? Okay. Be safe, folks. So for me, this is a beautiful way to wrap up this session today. And just imagine, by taking little steps now, every day, every other day, or once a week, whatever you can fit in, by taking steps towards healing your heart and nurturing your soul and loving yourself, you will gradually be able to release the past and recognize that it has no power over you when you're ready. Because once you release that, the yuckies, once you release it, you're going to just open up yourself to more of all the good things in life. The rainbows, the love, the passion, new experiences, and sharing your story. For me, there's someone's because there's multiple. I know that it's more than just one person, but if you have been feeling the pull to share part of your story, now's the time to do it. Step out of your comfort zone and start sharing in a way that is authentic to you and expressing yourself. And it doesn't, for some, it may be talking about it. For some, it might be singing about it. For others, it might be pouring yourself into your hobby. And then that energy that you're pouring into your hobby is going to be dispersed to those who engage in the same hobby as you. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So it's not so much of the craft or what you're doing, it's that it is the energy that you're releasing and putting into your project, right? So an example for me, when I realized that I was tired of being in a repetitive negative mindset, and it was just like negativity on repeat, right? That's a lot. It takes a lot to rewire or short circuit the brain into retraining it to think positive and not the toxic positivity. I'm talking like really retrain it to stay focused on the positive. But that negativity, I was putting out all that negativity into the world. I'm going to try and make this short and sweet. Then I was putting out all that negative energy out into the world, right? So when people were around me, those who could see me, those who were on their own personal healing journey and a spiritual journey, folks knew me. There were some folks who could see the light within me, even when I didn't. And I'm so thankful for them. You know, I needed people like that. You know, they were like strategically placed, right? But then when I wanted to actually help other people and they weren't allowing me to help them for one reason or another, right? I didn't understand and it hurt. And then it kept that negativity just perpetuating. And not them. I'm not blaming them. I mean, that was all me, right? Because I was trapped in my own mind. Okay, so again, I'm not placing blame. No. I'm taking full ownership of that in the sense that I was trapped in my own negative mindset. And it was just a loop. It was a repeating pattern. So when I really started to deep dive into human design and all the right people were starting to be placed, all my life, the right people would be placed in my life at the right time. Now, whether I recognized it or not, that was a different story. But in this instance, when I was tired of, I'm done with this, I wanted to help them. But that negative energy that the negative mindset that I was stuck in, that not knowing, unbeknownst to me, that energy was being leaked out and shared with others. So whether they believed in energy or not and believed in that transmission, it was happening. So, but again, whether they recognized it or not, they just knew that there was something blocking me to help those people or help in that situation, right? And it happened for a reason, because for one way or another, that it probably wouldn't have been a very good outcome, right? Who knows? But it happened for a reason, in my opinion. That's my belief. So what I'm saying is keep working on yourself little bits at a time. There we go. Sorry. I had to forgive myself for those past interactions and those past being in that mindset for so long. right? I had to forgive myself first and then process that and understand where the negativity came from, sit with it, process those emotions, allow myself to feel the emotions, and then release them and let it go. And by doing that, that made room for more positive, loving, supportive words to come in. So then release that negativity and replace it, fill that empty space up with goodness, which means positive affirmations, which means healing, telling myself I love myself. Not in a conceited way, but I look at yourself in the mirror and find one thing about yourself that you love, and I want you to say, I love you. There's your homework. Just by doing that little exercise every day, or at least every other day, but doing it little bits at a time, find one thing about yourself that you love. And maybe if it just starts out with what you like, maybe you like your hair. Maybe you like the color of your hair. Maybe you like the color of your eyes. Maybe you like your smile. Maybe you like your bone structure. Whatever it is, find something. Maybe you did your hair, or you're wearing like a great color, and you're like, oh, that color, look, I really like the way that color, that shirt really brings out the color in my eyes. I like that. That's something positive to reinforce and show love to yourself. And then eventually, little bits at a time, that love is going to radiate and turn into the positivity, which is going to radiate out into the universe. And that's going to raise your vibration and higher frequency. And that will give you the opportunity. You will start attracting more positive experiences and opportunities. And that will keep momentum going for you, hopefully. Don't give up on yourself. Love yourself, because by doing that, you're going to be able to love others stronger, deeper, and on a much more meaningful level. I love you. Thank you all so much for those of you who stayed and stuck around. And thank you. I know this was a little mumbly jumbly at times. I love you. God loves you. Your angels love you. And just keep going. Thank you. Take care.